that is Priyam house from Eramalloor. It's a 2600 square feet 4-bedroom house. So let's hear the comments from the judges. Anna, your opinion on exterior landscaping, form and character.
They've tried to do something different. It's a contemporary house, especially in the upper level. You see those beams and columns that are standing freely, that creates an interest. But they have failed to bring that interest to the ground level. The sit out, the roof slab is very high. I wish it was slightly lower. And the entrance steps, there is a pergola above it, and it looks a bit confusing at that point. They could have made the entry a little more grander by just widening the steps, giving a solid roof over it. It would have created some more interest. The landscape seems practical. They've given buffalo grass instead of the other kind of lawn. Car porch seems to be a mismatch. Maybe they plan on something later at a later stage. But on the whole, they've tried to experiment with the shapes. I see a triangular shape in the upper level, and there's a pergola in the upper level also. That looks nice. So on the whole, it's a neat attempt to do something different.
What's your opinion on this?
I think it's a very appreciable attempt on a contemporary style. They have too many columns. I don't know how that fares out with the budgeting side, because it looks very simple. So I don't think they have spent a little too much on the structure. Sit out is very open, and since we have an open space on two sides, really big open spaces, it is bound to catch monsoon, and the water can get in and can create a little bit of mess. We see a lot of white colored windows. That's very interesting, but the one wooden door stands out like anything on the ground. If they would have gone for a white color or whatever matches with the windows, it would have been much better.
I also notice there are small windows, that those are actually windows from the kitchen and work area. But from the front, at the first look, it looks like ventilators of the bathroom. So kind of wonder what is it doing right in the front. So they could have treated that in a different way.
Sana, what do you have to say on interior space, flooring and kitchen?
Interior is quite interesting in this house. You enter into the courtyard and they've used natural granite, not the artificial cladding stones that you get. And it gives a very natural feeling with the light trickling in. It gives a very good feeling. I love the use of Athangudi tiles in this house, and they've been very creative. They've made a small pattern in the living room in the center. They've contrasted colors. They've used different kinds of flooring in the house. That's really interesting. Regarding the kitchen, that's also very smartly done. They've got resist handles in their cabinets, and when they reach the kitchen, they've gone for ceramic tiles, which is actually good because it prevents slipping. I love the detailing in the handrail. There's a partition between the steps and the formal living. They've given small niches. That is very good. The space under the staircase, they've utilized it. They've made it into a reading nook. And the niches are also decorated with appropriate things. So on the whole, interiors are very good.
Arun, your remarks?
Yeah, I like the interiors. I think they've gone for a fusion. It's a very straight line style house with the wooden furniture. They've attempted on a fusion. That's what I understand. And the tiles look really nice. The Athangudi tiles, the color, they've changed the color even. We have a bluish kind of color in the living room, and that matches with the curtain with very pale blue. Then they've got yellow. So they've tried some different varieties. Double height in the living area is very impressive. It gives a totally tall feel, and also light, ample light into the space. The courtyard is nice. It's very small. If they had space in front and the side, so probably they could have increased the size of the courtyard a little to bring in more ambient quality. Then the staircase is very interesting. I mean, they've used one side as a blank wall, stepping up along the flight of the staircase, and some niches where they've put articles. And similar character is continued in the handrail upstairs. Only drawback I think for the handrail is they did the same thing upstairs, where it's like a small bridge connecting two spaces. So when you have two solid spaces on both sides, it becomes narrow. But otherwise it's very good. Ambience is good. The kitchen is very sleekly done. and lighting is also very done very subtly in the kitchen. So I think overall it's really good. The ambience is good.